Hi there, Dark Madam here. I know it's been a while, but I am in a whole new state so that I can show you this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Well, you get it. There's a ton of stuff here that I want to show you. We are in my hometown of Mariposa, California. It was a mining town founded in the 1800s, and I lived here a long, long time ago. Mariposa, California was a gold rush town. There are many mines dotted through the hillsides here, and all sorts of people moved here in booms and busts. At the moment, as you can see from all the really fascinating things they have at the museum, it is mostly a tourist town, as well as a way stop on the way to Yosemite National Park. One of the ways that the ancient miners found the gold was, of course, gold panning. I mean, everybody knows about gold panning, but they did it on a bigger scale here just because there was so much of it and there were so many miners. So this is the long tom used for washing the gold-bearing gravel. To get gold in mass quantities, you need a stamp mill, which crushes the gravel and helps to separate the gold ore from everything else surrounding it. There's a tiny little stamp mill down below. The sign up there says there used to be 5 stamp mills operating in this area. It's not running now, but if I'm not mistaken, they do demonstrations with this stamp mill here. I found a wagon. The sign is really hard to read, but it says the Cannonball was an 1880s vintage wagon. A team of 4 horses pulled this thing. It was named, because it delivered passengers from Raymond to Yosemite in quick 12 hours. Oh, so it was like new tech, basically. It was one of the faster carriages to bring passengers up here to Yosemite. I don't know if you can see, but there's a picture of it in there in action. Am I getting anything or just the window? But that's really cool. So that is an 1880s wagon. Love it. So I remember when I left Mariposa, they were starting to expand the museum and bring several old buildings from other places to this property. It says blacksmith over there. I want to go check that out in a minute. I believe this was somebody's house at some point that they have moved here. It doesn't look like they've finished the renovation. It doesn't look like they finished the renovations, but obviously they are working on it. So it looks really cool. Old tin roof, thin slats, probably maybe late 1800s. Tiny little house there. This building here is really neat, and it's the home of the Mariposa Gazette. Apparently it was built in 1854 as a saloon, and then in 1878 was converted into the town paper. And then it's locked right now because it is the weekend, but here is how the Mariposa Gazette office would have looked in 1878. There's a typewriter for those hot off the presses, small town stories. Another big old printing press back there. They've done a really good job with the restoration. This building's been around a long time. If you're ever here, come stop by the museum. I would go inside, but it is closed today. But walking around the outside will take you quite a while, just because there's so much stuff. Also, if you get hot in the hot mountain sun, there's this beautiful, cool porch with these nice benches for sitting in the breeze, as well as these really cool old lights and these amazing iron doors. I forget exactly what this building was before it was a museum, but it had these very strong, very sturdy, and very old now iron doors. If you've ever been in the Sierras and you've ever hiked anywhere, been to Yosemite, really all up and down the state of California, these are Native American grinding holes. You know, as you know, you can't just eat acorns. You have to do things to them first. So the Native American women would grind them down into powder to be, have all the toxins leached out of them. And over time, they would find a shallow indention in the granite and put the acorns in and grind and grind and grind them. And over time, the holes just became so deep. And it's really cool when you just see them and you think back to the past and the women who must have sat here. I think growing up in a tiny historic mining town really gave me my love of history because it was around every corner. This was our courthouse. It is the oldest seat of justice still in use in California. This building here was erected in 1854. It's a beautiful courthouse. They keep it wonderfully maintained. The grounds are beautiful as well. Beautiful benches. Always such a quiet, lawful place. But it does say the courtroom, the scene of many famous legal battles, civil and criminal, remains the same as in pioneer days, with the original seats, tables, and the judge's bench. So all the interior is original as well. It's very out of season, but I found a tiny little California poppy growing in the cracks. Now let's take a little drive back into history.
In the cavern, in the canyon, excavating for a mine, lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh my darling.
And the recent fire just devastated the hills above the town. But since I've been here, I've been talking to some of my friends, and they said the firefighters warned them that they probably weren't going to be able to save the town, but then worked tirelessly and saved it anyway. Thank y'all for joining me on my visit to my hometown. I'm the Dark Madam of Dark Madam Explorations. Nothing here, well, that's not true. A lot of stuff here, but also the mountains.